Even though GTA San Andreas isn't considered to be a dark or eerie game, at least not as one of its defining traits, unlike other entries in the series like GTA 3 or GTA 4, where that tone is far more apparent, it's undeniable, at least to me, that some parts of the game carry a heavier and more unsettling vibe. Whether it's the countryside filled with isolated homes and scattered buildings very far from the rest of the population, the desert with its lonely atmosphere, or even certain parts of the cities depending on their characteristics. Since the early days of the internet and YouTube, rumors and myths about certain characters and locations in the game have been around. And even though most of these stories have been debunked over time, they still feed that strange, mysterious feeling that you get when passing through certain areas of the map. And honestly, even today, there are parts of the game that have certain characteristics that make them feel kind of unsettling. The atmosphere around the countryside is definitely one of the main reasons why. It's no coincidence that many of the old myths originated from those areas. There's something different about them that goes way beyond the scenery. The remote farms, dirt roads, and tiny villages that already feel abandoned during the day. So at night, everything feels even stranger. The lack of lighting and the deep silence create a heavy sensation, like something could happen at any moment and yet it never does. That eerie anticipation is one of the things that make these places feel so mysterious. The area that I'm in right now is called Back or Beyond. It's a secluded region deep in the game's countryside, surrounded by trees and nature, and there's this little lake here with noticeably darker water that connects to the sea a little farther ahead. And this place was the focus of several legends back in the day, and the most popular ones was about Bigfoot and later on Slenderman and Pigsy. There was a pig-headed man with a chainsaw. So basically this place was the perfect setup for a legend. An abandoned, remote, and strange-looking location. The desert also gives off a similar vibe, though it feels a little bit different because it's a more open area with fewer trees, rivers, or details. The feeling here is less about fear and more about loneliness. It gives you the impression that you're completely alone, wandering through an empty place that once had life, but now it's completely frozen in time. It doesn't feel as eerie as the countryside, but it's definitely much more lonely. Some interiors in the game also convey that strange, empty sensation. Take Jefferson Motel for instance. Outside of the main mission is just a place filled with silent hallways and lifeless rooms. I was actually walking through here with this camera mod, and when I went out of bounds, I found several save game icons above this area. Like not just one, but about 5 of them. You can find lots of hidden stuff tucked away in these kinds of places. Take Mad Dog's Mansion for another example. This place has a very eerie and liminal feel, with certain areas that even resemble the backrooms. Or even CJ's own house at certain times carries the same lonely atmosphere, even though it's a place that we visit very frequently. Now getting back to the NPCs, there are some of them that behave or look really odd, and one of them is the Backpacker, a wandering NPC who always talks about strange things related to the Epsilon cult.
Are you looking for spiritual answers?
There's also those photographer NPCs that jump in the water and drown themselves, which was eventually confirmed to be just a bug. And other really bizarre looking NPCs that just roam around the map in different regions of the game. Even though this feeling of weirdness used to hit harder when we were younger, it's still fun to revisit and remember those moments and places that were such a big part of our childhood.